you have no future in your mind as an actress. You don't necessarily want to be in the arts. And then here comes this movie, which you're talking about, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dwell on it too much. But 600 kids were up for the role. At least that's the...
And what is the truth? You know, so really I'll never know. Is it PR, whatever? We know they started in California. And as Billy Friedkin, the director, said, the problem was everybody was already, a child actor. Yeah. And he said, that wasn't what I was looking for. So then they did Chicago and went to New York. So I had just told Mom that I wanted to stop acting. I wanted to stop the commercials. And I'm like, because I was 13 and definitely way ahead of myself as far as I knew my friends were all getting ready for college. Like my brain was somewhere else at Animals. And I said, I really don't want to do this anymore. She's like, okay. The interview with Billy literally came up within 2 weeks. If it had been a month, 2 months later, it wouldn't have been me. I wanted out. So we go in. I read for Juliet Taylor. So you have to go and read, for casting directors. So I read for Juliet Taylor. I remember going in very well. And, you're standing there and they're sitting over there and you have some dialogue and it's pretty filthy, but not what's in the movie. And I remember, blah, 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 blah. And I remember their faces, their eyeballs getting really, big, and said, can you do it again, but angrier?
Yeah.
So I could tell they were really excited. Thank you so much. Went down. I never told my mother anything about anything.
Was there a reason for that?
Yeah, I kept it very internal.
I see.
I think because I really didn't want to work.
Okay.
I didn't like it. So it was like, I don't want to share it. She didn't ask. I mean, she'd be, are you okay? How did it go?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I wasn't forthcoming at all. So then the next meeting is with Billy Friedkin. And I really don't remember that particular first meeting. It's the second meeting where he brought Mom in and said, now, I want you both to go home. I need you to read the book. So we did. And as a 13-year-old, you're reading, okay, I don't understand all of this. I'm Protestant, so I wasn't raised Catholic, so it didn't mean anything to me, and I didn't understand the language, and I didn't understand this. And what I'm reading is, I'm not trained to jump up and down off the bed. I'm not trained to levitate. I'm not trained to turn my head around. Seriously, Billy, when kids are young, they don't understand things, and people forget this.
How can they?
And so I don't know what Mom thought. She never said a word. We go in, we talk to Billy, and he's like, what are your questions? And I said, well, for me, I don't know how to levitate. I don't know how to turn my head around.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, honey, those are called special effects. I still don't have a clue what we're talking about. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other question? Nah. So I don't know what the conversation with Mom was.
So, just because I know it's out of sequence, but I'm curious. You said your mom didn't say anything after she read the book, but later when she found out, like what you were going to be asked to do, did it ever become a problem with your mother, or she was okay with it?
Billy, master manipulator. And that's a part for years I have kept a lot.
What is a director but a master manipulator, right?
And that's, some are more by the book.
I get you.
They are.
Yeah.
But the people, those that are highly intellectual and creative and have the visions and what they put together, it's not different than what you're doing as an artist. You're receiving information and you're asking for that information. So you're asking musically, it's like Mozart. This stuff is flooding in, and you have that as well, and that gift. And then you've got the performance.
Sure.
And you created your character and what you wanted. So a director has to create the whole set, the vision, the film, the tone, the look. And that's when then you get into your DP. So sometimes you're going to have, you'll hear what's more granular, it's more grainy, it's more clear and precise. Their production and that whole world of entertainment, whether it's film, television, or music, it's a production. And so constantly goes. So Billy, when I say he was a master manipulator and all the things that I've kept secret for all the years, which I am putting in my book, I needed time. I needed to be let go by the puppeteer, and that's how I felt about him. So he had a way, whatever the conversations with him and Mom, she always talked about him like a son. So he had his own thing with her. You're fine, and your daughter's fine, and everything's good. What can I do for you?
Yeah.
So there's that.
My mind goes in two different directions. Not that it's possible, but in a fun way, if it's even the right word. Can you looking back, because obviously the movie went on to be a classic, can you appreciate the tone that he was after, setting aside your own experience and your family's experience with it? Do you see it in any extant way where you can say, I kind of understood why he was ruthless in what he was after? Does that resonate at all, or no?
Billy was driven from his childhood. He was a visionary. He knew what he was attracted to. He wanted to push the limits. He felt he could break open the walls. And there were many walls to break open. That's the thing. When I tell people that I come from black and white television, I come from the capes over the head to take a picture. It took 30 minutes before you could, take your photo. I come from that time. So I have watched people forget how new television and film is. So he is part of that process where he wouldn't buy into. He started, he's one of the first with the action. Going away, if you watch old movies, old cowboy movies or old gangster movies, and you think of it, everybody, you see the black and white, the cars and then, and then the car goes, in these different directions, or they're bing, bing, and they're riding the horses through the,
well, he was a master of action, yeah.
And so he's like, no, I'm going to bring live action. So when he did the French Connection, it's well known. I mean, he pushed the limit. That was like some live, unpermitted crazy driving through the streets of Chicago. And he pushed the limit in every way on that. So now there's a whole new world that's opened up, and he receives the Academy Award. So it's like, well, what does he do next? So again, he's pushing inside. So he was going to take, as he said, he needed a normal, healthy child. Everybody kept thinking Reagan was sick. And that's what he told me was everybody was presenting more of a sickly looking, like, yes. And he said, you come in the door and you look like, Cinderella.
Yeah, it's the contrast.
And so, because I was the Cinderella girl, Cinderella has a ball. It was a children's clothing line. And so he said to take that and turn that image into something that is so misunderstood and feared. Okay. That's what he needed.
So now going the opposite way, do you view, with the hindsight of time, do you view what he did in using you as a child in that particular role, do you view it as exploitative? Because I think it's pretty clear that movie couldn't get made now the way it was made then.
No, it couldn't.